Hey guys, how are ya? I hope you're having an amazing day. Happy Tuesday. Yeah. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I'm popping on here. Just got back from dinner. We're closing out the month. Our team is crushing. We've all been doing incredibly well, especially for not having Facebook. So it's very, very, very surprising. But I'm just super proud and excited for everyone that's just crushing their goals this month and things like that. But wanted to pop on and share a little bit about like something that I'm kind of going through. Maybe give you guys a kick in the butt if you feel like you haven't really been feeling this way. You should always remember that you're a freaking badass. So if you are, and I'll go into like why I want to talk about this in a second, but if you're popping on, drop a hello in the comments below. I just wanted to say hello. Let me know where you're listening from. If it's the first time you were listening from me, definitely tell me that you're here and say what's up. I appreciate everybody popping on right now. So, okay. A few reasons kind of why this is like coming up from a professional standpoint, business wise, I think, and like our team is our team is amazing, and I'm super proud of all the girls, and like especially and men. There's men on our team as well. And we're all volunteer armies, right? We're all actually volunteer armies, like in our lives, whether or not we're running our own businesses, whether or not we're joining a community-based marketing. Debbie's listening from a few doors away. She'll actually understand why I'm going to go into the second part of this. But whether or not you are a business owner, whether or not you are in, just doing life at work, if you're just doing life, whether or not you're dating, or whatever, I think sometimes we get into like these funks, right? And we just second guess ourselves. I was just at dinner with one of my friends, and like we were just talking about how we just like overthink everything. And you already know like inside of you like what you need to do, whether it's to propel your business forward, whether it's to break up with that person, whether it's to motivate yourself to do XYZ or complete that goal or whatever it is. Like we already know inside of us like what we need to do. And something that we talk about a lot on our calls is, we always talk about strategy calls, and we always talk about like strategies and like how to execute our businesses and things like that. But realistically, something that hit me, a mentor of mine asked me this at a training. It was like, why isn't your business 2 times better than, of course the dogs are going to bark. Why isn't your business 2 times further than where it is right now? Like, why isn't your business 2 times bigger than what it is now? It has nothing, and if you really sit with yourself and you really think about it, it really has nothing to do with tactical things. It really has nothing to do with like not knowing a strategy. It really has nothing to do with anything. We already know why we're not where we need to be. Do you agree with me? Like, if you agree with me, just like drop me some hearts or hit that heart button. I like will kind of want to know where you guys at, or if you're listening. But like at the end of the day, we're solely responsible for our success and our failures. It's very, very easy for us to blame, shame, and justify why we aren't where we are. And it's very easy for us to be like, oh, well, life got in the way, so I can't eat a certain way, or I was tempted by this and then it happened, or it's very easy for us to make excuses. It's very, very easy for us to say, oh, well, I'm not here because I don't have mentorship, or I don't know what I'm doing, or whatever it is. Like, if you agree with me, like, definitely, like, let me know in the comments below. But, like, at the end of the day, like, you already know why you aren't where you want to be. And I'm here to remind you, you're a freaking badass. You know you're a badass. And you just need to be reminded that you're a badass. And I just think it's super important to like remember that like no one can take your magic away. No one can take your drive away. No one can, tornado warning, bye. Sorry, bye Cheryl. I hope everything is okay for you. But at the end of the day, like I just want you guys to like understand that like no one can take your sparkle. No one can take your badassery. No one can take anything away from you except you. And like you shouldn't let anyone make you feel any less than, because like at the end of the day, the only person in your way from preventing you from getting in your goal is like to whatever your goal is you. And I just want you to understand and like be empowered to like really remember that. Oh, thank you. Jessica loves my hair. Thanks. I feel like it's super messy today. Hold on one second. I'm going to yell at the dogs. Joe! 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 They're just going to yell and complain. Anyway, so like at the end of the day, like it's very, very easy for us to, sorry about my dogs. They're just crazy. I can't help it. At the end of the day, it's like really, really easy for us to like blame and shame and justify like why we aren't where we need to be. And like, you just need to remember, and I really want you to encourage you to like really sit down and like open up your journal. Like this is my journal right here. It doesn't get opened every single day, but it gets opened a lot. If you like really read it, like it's really silly. It's full of great like gratitude, like why I'm grateful. It's full of things that I'm scared of. It's full of things that like, if you ever come over and read it, I'll punch you. Just kidding. Now that you know where my journal is sitting on my desk. No, but it's like full of things. And like, I encourage you and empowered you, if you like take nothing away from this, is to like really sit down and open up your journal. Like, hey, like why, you know, write down things that you're grateful for, write down things that you love about yourself, write down things that you're scared of, because once we get out of our heads and like onto paper, it's really, really important. Hi, Heather. Heather says that I look beautiful and I'm a badass. And Joe needs a haircut. So we're going to come see you on Tuesday. And congratulations on your fat loss goal. I'm very, very, very excited and proud of you, Heather. But like our diet plans, like anyone, you can find a diet plan on the internet, but why don't we all have executed diet plans? Like, the only diet plan that's going to work is the one you stick to. But if you understand, like, why aren't you sticking to things, like, we need to get to that root thing first, you know? You know, and like, why are we letting partners or potential dates or whatevers or, you know, that things, like, why are we letting those people make us feel less than because they don't give us attention? If they don't give us attention, F that, like, they're not worth your time, right? Tiffany, I can definitely coach you through that. I'm not sure if you want me to, but I'm happy to riff on that for a second if you want me to help you kind of get stuck in that, out of that joblessness type of situation. Like, what can you empower yourself to do today to make you understand and get concrete in the fact that, like, you are amazing. Like, yeah, you're going through a hard time right now, but like, you don't need to be in that. If you're choosing depression, you don't need to choose it. And I'm not saying that like there's no there, of course, depression and things like that are chemical imbalances and like medical issues, and I don't know the whole story behind your comment, but you could either choose to understand that like you're ready to get out of it and get the help that you need, or you can choose to like stay there, right? So every day that we wake up, we have a choice to, you know, be better than we were yesterday. We have a choice to be happy, or we have a choice to be sad. We have a choice to freaking slay the day, or we can lay in bed all day. Like, whatever it is, at the end of the day, it's our choice, and we should definitely always be choosing better, even if it hurts, even if we don't want to. These are all super important things that like are like at the end of the day our choices, and we're able to do that. So yeah, relationships are ugly. I mean, I'm just starting to put myself out there right now, and like, something fell flat this whole weekend. That was a disaster last week, and that was a disaster. But I think like bringing that up, like the reason kind of why I'm like popping on too is like to remember that like just because you put yourself out there and somebody doesn't reciprocate or doesn't see how amazing you are doesn't necessarily mean that there's nothing wrong with you. You made the effort to like let that person know that they're loved and liked, or whatever, you winked at them or whatever it is, but it's a fundamental thing that like you're putting yourself out there, and that's freaking awesome. And it's something that like I have been avoiding for a while. Like, I have not wanted to date, I have not wanted to break out of my hermit shell, but I've been making amazing friends, so I'm getting a little emotional. And I'm just changing that energy because I feel like I think life would be a lot better suited like with a partner. And that partner doesn't necessarily, I've been conditioned to feel in the past that relationships and friendships and things like that have to like detract from my overall goal, but they don't have to detract from anything. They can work synergistically together. So I think that like me being an introvert, surprisingly, like, because I can sit here on camera because there's no one here to watch, even though Debbie's 4 doors down and she's listening right now, but you know, pushing myself out of that comfort zone, I have been able to get friends like Debbie and my friend Amber, and, you know, meet new friends at the gym and things like that, and like push myself out of that comfort zone, because it's scary to be out of that comfort zone, but like you have to remember that like you have value to bring this world, and like if you aren't like contributing that value, and you aren't contributing like your gifts and your talents and your thoughts and like your love to like other people, you're doing the world a disservice. Like, so I challenge you to like step out of your comfort zone. I challenge you to you know, just say hi to someone like if you're passing them by, and like don't be so into your own world, because like you never know who you could meet or like whose life you can change simply by saying that. Oh, my friend Mitch Newman, I was actually talking to you. I'm talking about you today. I'm gonna text you after I'm done here. Most people are uncomfortable in their comfort zone. Hiding is comfort. Yeah, exactly. I guess I was hiding. Like, I think that's a good word. And I don't think I was intentionally hiding. But I realized like once I hit a really, really big goal, I looked around and I was like, oh, I'm actually kind of alone, and I don't really like that. And it was the first time that like the universe like showed me that like I do need human interactions outside of going Facebook Live and like reading all of your amazing comments. Like, I need to go and like go out to dinners, and like it doesn't necessarily have to be like this whole romantic relationship, which Tinder, oh my god, that is a whole nother Facebook Live I think we should talk about at some point. If you're interested in hearing adventures in Mandy dating land, definitely drop those in the comments below. I have not been on any dates or anything, but I have been actively trying to like do the swipe left, swipe right thing, and the screenshots and like the funny things that have been happening are pretty hilarious. But I guess my point is to just come on. Stacy says she needs the 411. But I guess I just wanted to come on here and just remind you that like being like, just know that like whatever is in your way doesn't have to be there, and like you can make a conscious choice to change it. And like it definitely might be uncomfortable, it definitely might be weird, you might feel less than, you might have someone affect you or trigger you, but I encourage you to like get in your journal and like really just write down like things that you love about yourself, to remind yourself, and like celebrate your success and celebrate your wins. My friend Jason always tells me that I never celebrate my success because I always want more, but I never take the time to like understand like where I was to like where I was going. So like you've made it this far in your life, which is freaking awesome. And the fact that you've made it this far, and whatever you've accomplished, big, small, or otherwise, like that's a huge deal, and that's amazing. Especially, I like praise to you parents. If you're raising little ones and you're doing the best that you can, like I give you props and love and hugs and everything, because I have one dog that drives me crazy, and we've been at the vet several times this month, every Monday for the last 3 Mondays in a row. We thankfully didn't go yesterday, but he's tough, and I cannot compare a dog to a child. However, I very much praise you for all of your amazing childbearing, rearing abilities for sure. But just remember that you're just loved and you're amazing, and I just never want anyone to feel alone. Because I felt like that in my health journey. Then I met this amazing community through our company, and growing this online community that we have, and it has been just a game changer. And while that is amazing and it serves me so well, and I love everyone and I love connecting with you, it's just now the next chapter is to like step out of the comfort zone of meeting people in human real life. And sometimes that's really weird and scary, and because you're like, oh, does this human like me, or did I say something weird or whatever? But F all that. like, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. A good mentor of mine said that to me, and I always try and remind myself of that when I'm acting whatever, just being myself or whatever. So, but you are loved, and I love you, and I appreciate everyone popping on here and things like that. So I am going to wrap up the end of the day, the end of the month. If you need some ketones, holler at me. Chastity said, what other people think of you is none of your business. Exactly. Don't let them take away your badassness. It does not matter, because you just need to believe it yourself. So, all right, I am going to hop off here. Heather, I love you. I love everyone who popped on and stuck on with me. I know I just like rambled and went on a little riff, but I just wanted to share with my heart, and we'll talk about Tinder at some other point, because that was a fun. This has been a fun experience. Adventures in Mandyland. I'm going to do a segment on that some other day. So I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.